Hey, what's going on, Fear the Dare Nation? Milwaukee Bucks County, man. Listen, man, listen. It happened, man. It finally happened. And the crazy thing about it is, I remember back early on in the season, or maybe it was the off season of this before this year. Once I seen that we picked up Grayson Allen, and I told y'all, man, I told y'all that Dante DiVincenzo was going to be a little expendable, man. And yeah, man, he had to go. But the thing is that we addressed the need. We have another big man that's great, one of the best post defenders in the league, and maybe going back in the last decade. He's been a solid post defender. I'm talking about your boy Serge Ibaka. Plus, man, he brings that fire, that tenacity that we were missing. And I think with that move, man, I think that pretty much wrapped up Brook Lopez's season, in my opinion. Or he may just make an appearance later on in the postseason. But also with just Ibaka brings, man, he brings somebody that's willing to battle on the rebound, on the glass, and he's going to get offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He's going to extend drives, and he has. If you haven't really been watching Ibaka, he's developed into one of the best big men, jump shooting big men in the league. He's able to knock down a three. He's able to shoot the midi, and I think just everything that he's able to bring as far as the complete package, man, it elevates our season and our potential quest to back-to-back championships. And I think, man, just based off of stacked up against a lot of these other trades, man, I think this is probably as big as the Harden deal, because in my opinion, man, just being able to acknowledge that defense, get that defensive big man in there, and someone else to help on the glass, because they seen what happened with Montrezl Harrell that game against the Wizards. Down the stretch, man, Montrezl Harrell, he bodied everybody. And he ended up getting traded, man. So I think him going against or going to Charlotte, that's going to help bolster their team and help push towards the a playoff spot later on this year. But I definitely believe, man, this Ibaka deal was big, because we already seen what this Bucks team was lacking all throughout the season, and we basically got him for a bunch of role players, and that's not even really hurting our bench or in our depth, because the Bucks, man, it seemed like almost every game we would go 10, 11 deep sometimes, and we don't really need to be that deep in the postseason, man. Postseason, you may get a nine man rotation. Some teams even do 8. So, man, to be able to get Ibaka in for I think we gave a Rodney Hood, and I think his name was Sam Samoloje, and also Dante, but we were still able to keep George Hill, and we were able to keep Pat Connaughton. You know what I mean? So we still have a solid bench depth, and we also brought in someone else that can solidify this defense, man. On the and then Serge can even start some games for you too. He may even end up starting, and that'll put Bobby Portis to the bench, and him coming off the bench is dangerous, because he's going to still go back to, that was the role he thrived in. But I'm not saying he can't start. He can be a starter in this league, but he has the effort defensively, but he doesn't have the gift of like with Ibaka. Ibaka has the longer arms. He's just more talented defensively, and I think that that special that technique, that special weapon, that he brings on defense, I think that's needed more than like an extra score. So you might see a couple games here and there where Serge takes over the 5, and that pushes Bobby Portis back to the maybe 6th, 7th man off the bench. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I'm very excited about this trade, man. Like, now I'm really confident that we can win this thing. Everybody's talking about, Philly's gonna be dangerous because they got James Harden. Man, listen, by y'all giving up James Harden by the Brooklyn Nets giving up James Harden, that made the Nets weaker in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because Ben Simmons here, he can play. You know what I mean? And he's definitely a threat. But I'd rather have Ben Simmons on the Nets going against the Nets than James Harden, and I think that just helped us out. But as far as the Sixers, man, that can be a dangerous team as well. But I think it's like an even trade. I don't think it puts the Sixers over the Nets or vice versa, but just splitting up that trio of Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, I think that makes this East championship a little bit more spread out. It wasn't like dominant. It wasn't, because everyone was feeling like, oh, the Nets is going to take it because of those big three. They don't really have I really don't say they have a big three like they used to, man. Maybe a 2.5. And this is no disrespect to Ben Simmons, but just the tenacity, man, that Harden used to bring on the offensive end. Now on the defensive end, you know what I mean, that's pretty much where Ben Simmons locks up. And you know, that can make the playoff push a little bit more dangerous for our Bucks. You know, knowing that Ben Simmons is on our team and what he can do defensively, man. But go ahead and put down in the comments how y'all feel about the trade with Ibaka, and if you think it's more important than the deal with Ben Simmons and James Harden. And also, man, whoever you think won, whatever team you think won these deals, as far as all these deals before the deadline, it was a lot of them, man. But thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good one.